move this man out onto the stage with all of your love and affection. Let's go ahead and bring him out. Ladies and gentlemen, Manu Bennett.
Hi guys. Thank you for coming out on your Sunday morning. Okay, my name's Manu. I'm from New Zealand. This is very hot weather.
Hot and sticky.
Why am I wearing a jacket?
Wow.
You know, that's a very good first question to get from the audience.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Take it off.
You know, usually I start these out asking questions of my own. If you guys would go ahead and just start lining up here at the microphone.
I said, you know, I said once, you know, that Joe Manganiello was going to play Slade Wilson Deathstroke, and then I'm going to do Magic Mike.
So Magic Mike 3, Magic Mike Triple XL, or whatever they're going to call it. We got to get more than one person up to the microphone. A couple of people.
Oh yeah, let's do some Q&A.
Yeah, let's do some Q&A. Let's do some Q&A.
Yeah. What you got, Don?
What's your name?
I'm really nervous. I don't usually do this. I am Dawn, and...
Oh, we're so...
Dawn, you shouldn't be nervous. Manu's going to
so
help you
far
with that.
apart. I never noticed. So it looks like we're hanging out in the lounge room, you know. What's the question?
First of all, I'm so disappointed about Chinar Chronicles.
Yeah.
Together,
Yeah.
and we loved you in it, and I love you in Arrow, and my whole family watches that too. And I want to know, will you be back?
Will I be back on Arrow? Wow. How many people watch Arrow? I guess, I don't know, I guess it goes something like this. Will I be back on Arrow? Kid, will I be back on Arrow? Time can never mend the careless whispers that you hear on social media. To the heart and mind, blogging and texting is fine, but there's no comfort in the truth, because Slade's future has been defined. I'm never gonna dance again. Now that that movie has been written, and though I know I made some friends, that role's no longer mine. I should've known better than to kill his mother, but that's the script that I was given. Kid, I'm never gonna dance again the way I danced on Leanne You. Hey kid, remember who taught you how to fight? I give it up for these guys over here. This is the funniest thing. I can't. Let's come up. Well done. Awesome. You know, I was just at the table yesterday, you know, just signing, and I heard this, you know, this great sound come out. I was going, where is that? And these guys are walking along, we're going to do the thing, and I said, hey boys, we're going to try something tomorrow. So, guys, that was really well executed. I thank you very, very much. What was it going to come on?
We are the con players.
The con players, hey. Everybody who's videoing out there and out there in the con world, get these guys along to the next convention, and we'll have some more fun and stuff like this.
Yeah, that didn't take any planning whatsoever. That was great, right?
You know what? And because they were wearing suits yesterday, I went, that doesn't have to come in a suit. Anyway, I think that paid off. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Who got it on their phone? Yeah, tweak the shit out of that. So a bit out of that.
These kids watch Arrow. They've heard that once or twice. Next up with the line.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a big fan of Arrow and Spartacus, and I was wondering what role that you've ever played was the hardest to prepare for?
Maybe the one that I'm preparing for now, which I can't really talk about. But I had to change all my plans. I suddenly, this has only just happened. I kind of had to change my flight. But anyway, well, to be honest, like it was probably Spartacus was probably the most demanding of all the roles that I've ever done. And not only physically, the journey was just such a struggle sometimes, to be honest, I thought my career was gonna change when I landed this movie to play an MMA wrestler by the name of Mark Kerr in a movie called Smashing Machine, and that was meant to film in South Africa. And there was going to be amazing MMA fighters like Fedor Emelianenko, this Russian guy who I got to get in the ring with, and I trained myself. I got really well built and everything. And my, at the last minute, Van Damme was meant to be playing my coach in it, and I reached South Africa to do this movie, and he just never showed up. And 2 days before the film, the producer rang and said, we can't find a replacement. The whole thing is going to fall over. And I was so broken-hearted, honestly. It broke me. It really broke me. I put so much effort into getting to be the size of Mark Kerr, the Smashing Machine. And for me, it could have been a real, it really could have been a real great career move, At the time, there was no MMA films out. And, this could have been a good one. It's because of all the people involved, Fedor Emelianenko, for sure. And so I went back to Australia, and I was absolutely broke. I'd spent every penny that I had on having a private trainer to get my body shape up. And a friend of mine worked on a building site, and he was a manager of building construction, and he gave me a job as a labourer, a hauler of stone. For those people who watch Spartacus, that's literally what I became, and I was breaking up concrete and putting in things in there. But it was good. It was great. It was awesome. I was around a bunch of guys, and they called me Hollywood. They went, "Hey, Hollywood, when's your next audition?" I don't know. And my manager rang me up, and at the time I was digging this big hole in the backyard of a house to put a swimming pool in. And my manager rang me. She was German. She said, Manu, we have an interesting project. And I said, what is it? She said, it's called Spartacus. And I was like, oh, what do you mean, like the gladiator? She said, yeah. They want you to go into read for Spartacus. And they had this lady called Faith Martin, really top, one of the top casting directors. And so I got ready and I went in and I got in there and I saw Faith and I said, hi Faith. And she went, Manu, what are you doing here? And I said, well, I'm here to audition for Spartacus. And I looked around and there was kind of like, 18-year-old, 20-year-old kids. And they were like, I am Spartacus. The truth be, if you go to certain parts of the world where there's probably war going on and stuff like that, you know, you might have found somebody who has it in them to sort of say those words with conviction, you know, but you know, we don't live in that kind of time, so you know, it's really hard to sort of find that energy. You know, I mean, one of the reasons why I became an actor is because my mother and brother both died when I was like 15 in 2 different car accidents. And unfortunately, my brother died in my hands, you know, and so when I play this stuff, you know, when I have to say something with conviction, with those layers that beneath that have, you know, I mean, Slade Wilson had it, Crix has had it, you know, I have these opportunities with these roles to bring out that tone. And it's like playing classical piano, you know. It's like, you know, hit those big, dark, heavy notes. You've got to go there, you know, you've got to find that place. So anyway, so I got in there and you know, there was these young guys who came home, Spartacus, and of course she said to me, Manu, they're looking for like 20-year-olds. And at the time I was like 38, you know, and she went, yeah, you're too old. And I was like, oh, well, okay. She goes, yeah, well, just put yourself on tape anyway, just do whatever you got to do. And I was like, and really I was just going like, oh, bullshit. So I just but I remember just being kind of annoyed, and I looked at the camera and I went, you know, da 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 da. Thank you. I walked off, and you know, maybe it was a month later or something. She rang up. She said, Manu, my German agent, Manu, they like your audition that you did for Spartacus. And I went, oh, she told me I was too old. I went, oh no, well, you know, they're looking for people. Anyway, she said, oh, they want you to go and they want you to read for a different character, Ananias. How many people watch Spartacus here? Oh, okay. Well, so Ananias, you know, the Peter Metzer guy, right? So I go in and I'm like, what is beneath your feet? You know, and of course I didn't get that role because Peter Metzer does that line so much better. And then, like, you know, another few weeks went past, and you know, she rang up and she said, "Oh, Manu, you didn't get that role." And I was like, "Ooh." And then they said, "Oh," and she rang me up and she said, "Oh, they want you to come in and read for another role, for the role of Barker." I remember one scene. I remember the first scene that I ever did with the guy that plays Barker, right? And. You know, he came out, and the two of us were coming out as gladiators. It was the very first scene you ever saw me, and you saw the Beast of Carthage, you know, Barker, and we were paraded in the middle.